weekly edition on Talk Transport. So this week's question: what are our legal responsibilities if our drivers have second jobs? Okay, so employers in the road transport industry must consider two key areas of legislation when addressing drivers with secondary employment. So the first one is EU drivers' hours rules or tachograph regulations, and the second is working time regulations for the road transport sector. So let's focus on the first one, EU drivers' hours rules. So drivers are allowed to take secondary jobs, but if the second job involves driving, they must notify their primary employer of the additional work. They also must provide tachograph charts or digital records from that work that's carried out. For non-driving secondary employment, it's different. Drivers aren't legally required necessarily to inform their employer. However, it is essential to ask about such work to ensure compliance with rest period rules. Don't forget, drivers must have daily and weekly rest periods during which they can freely dispose of their time, and that means that they cannot undertake any form of work, which also means paid or voluntary, during that rest period. So that covers the EU drivers' hours rules. Now let's focus on working time regulations, because under those rules, employers must account for all work performed by drivers, including secondary employment, when calculating average and total working hours. Drivers are legally required to disclose any additional work in writing, but to ensure that compliance and protect your operations, the best thing you can do is to issue a declaration letter which asks the drivers to inform you of any additional work. Also, you can update your employment policies. Include maybe a clause in employment contracts or your staff handbooks requiring employees to seek company approval before starting secondary employment. So addressing these guys proactively not only ensures compliance with EU drivers' hours and working time regulations, but also promotes safer and more efficient fleet operations. Again, for more compliance tips and resources, get in touch with us. We'll see you down the road.